Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ashley Lancelot Show. We are going to be doing the Red Dragon lore from the Monster Manual. How I use them, how I play them. Tomorrow, I'm just going to live stream on this channel. I should be painting the Red Dragon. I might be here. I may not be. I do not know. And this coming weekend, starting Friday, I'll be streaming Stories of Seasons and also the new Monster Hunter game that should be arriving on Friday. So there'll be plenty of stuff. Ashley's been live streaming makeup on this channel. If you like, give her a thumbs up and everything else for that as well. Red Dragons. I fought one before, but never played a Red Dragon in my campaign. To me, Red Dragons are like most known and most played out the most, and like villains and layers and stuff. I use green and white dragon out of all the dragons I have used so far. Green and white. A lot of times they're in the forest. Sometimes I did Icewind Dale style thing, white dragon. And yeah, that's the only thing I ever really used because dragons are overpowered to a sense, depending on what level your players are. And if you try, and these are like evil dragons are evil dragons, metallics are good dragons, and gem dragons. You know what gem dragons are? This is 3.5 Dragonomicon. These dragons, they're neutral. To tell you the truth, there's no dragons in the 5th edition so far. But yeah, so I just don't really use dragons. They're just to me, they're just too overly played. You can use it in settings, getting answers and stuff. A lot of times dragons, you get the invasive, persuaded, being left, or they'll kill you if they go to their lair. They're one of the strongest chromatic dragon, I will say, but not if they're like older. But they're like one few plethora of them that there are ancients. Because it's very rare to see an ancient dragon, but you see a lot of adult red dragon, and get a lot of adult red dragon die as well. So I do have a 3.5 version of it. I just didn't have time today. I'm making this video really late. For that matter. So I'm gonna try to get to the red. I got the blue, the green. I haven't used blue dragon either. I've been watching a lot of so much Forgotten Realm and Greyhawk lore for D&D. Too much memory to process for that as well. Let's see here. Green layers, I don't want that. Red Dragon. Okay. The most covenants of true dragons, Red Dragon tirelessly seeks to increase their treasure hoards. They're exponentially vain, even for dragons, and their conceit is reflected in their proud bearing and their disdain for other creatures. The odor of sulfur and pungent surrounds a red dragon who sweeps back horn and spinal frail define its salute. Its beak snout vents smoke at all times. I'm not gonna read all this. They're basically in mountains. They're more like mountain dwellings, especially heated dragon as well. They eat a lot of their hordes just for the shines, cult hordes as well. They're very evil dragons. They're chaotic evil. The only thing I have here is ancient, but they've been in Faerun and Greyhawk for a very long time. They're descends from Tiamat. Tiamat Bahamut is descent from Io. If you want me to talk about how Tiamat and Bahamut came to be, I can do a video about that. But I'm going to talk about how about these red dragons. They have slaves a lot of times. A lot of times they have the fire giants or anything that can actually withstand them. Sometimes they'll snack on them. They're very intelligent. They have lost several spell attacks as well. They have fire for a breath weapon. They use tail, claw, and bite, and they have spells as well. And let's see here, legendary resistant. That's new. If a dragon fails a save throw, it can choose to seed instead. You use 3 times a day. So there's a lot of reason why I don't really use dragons. To me, they're overpowered unless the character's in a certain amount level. I used to do 3.5. What you call it? I created a all dragon, returning of the dragons, in my homebrew that I made. Basically, all the dragons were wiped out, and they found there was a meteor that was crushing in to Earth, and basically, all the dragons sealed itself to protect himself from a magical like a plague that basically killed them, because they are a magical creature. So they sealed themselves for several centuries, not aging, and so forth. And they have like their own little hierarchy with other dragons, killing each other and working with each other at the same time. And came back to retake over the whole land again. So that was that didn't last that long, because there's so many dragons you can kill, and there's so many servants that it actually goes around and serve them. So a lot of times, I just don't play dragons. But dragons are very, very useful. If you don't just throw a dragon there just for them to kill. Make some kind of a quest or like an ongoing quest. You need to seek answers. Dragons are very old. They're very knowledgeable. They do seek a lot of knowledge. They do seek a lot of treasure and hoards as well. If you entice them and use your charisma check, deception, perception, stories, or an actual item, a gift, they might make you make you leave, or they have something that they really want, like a dragon egg from another faction that they can eat and consume to extend their life a little bit, or make them a little bit stronger or less competition. You could do that as well. But their lair is really deep in the mountain, and they have a lot of slaves. Like I said, a lot of times they have like fire giant, dwarves, kobolds, goblinoids. For that as well, a lot of times dragons will eat their slaves, because they don't bring their food or they're bored. They will try to kill it. But other than that, that's pretty much about it. There's not really much you can say about dragons, because different dragons have different layer. Blue has a hierarchy. They work together. Red dragons don't really work together. Usually, when they when you actually get older and everything else for that matter, basically they'll kick the young out, certain age and so forth as well. They only go out to mate, and after that, stay in parent to a certain age. When they drag a certain age, I think it's like juvenile. They'll start kicking the dragon out, so they'll have competition. They'll think of them as competition and so forth as well. But other than that, that is pretty much for it. Difference, like I said, have a quest, have something to go with the dragon. Just don't throw a dragon in. And it's kind of like, if you're like a hack and slash type of game deal, go for it. If it's basically an actual throughout story, you can put it in as one of the side quests that is terrorizing one of the faction or the city, and they don't like to be too close to any kind of civilization. A lot of times they can actually be like a freaking mafia, like a thug. Like, you give me this much a month or stuff, or I'm going to go and burn you down. So that's one of the things. So, or you try to find higher knowledge or some kind of artifact that they have that you can trade, or you could do them you want that artifact, but you got to do them a favor and so forth. That's how I believe dragons should be played. They're not stupid. The older they get, the more smarter and more powerful they are. And so you gotta be careful with the challenge rating as well. So I am not going to put like let's challenge rating on the adult at 17. Let's see here. Wormling. Okay, Red Dragon Wormling. Let's look at that. Armor class 17, 75 hit points, speed 30, climb 30. Saving throw is pretty high. Perception, immunity to fire. Blind, darkness, perception. Okay, bite, fire breath, 5 to 6. So you have a challenge rating 4. Let's say you have level 4 players. Okay, and if they fail the dex save, it takes 76 points of damage. That's more than a freaking fireball. And a cone line as well. And it charges every 5 to 6 turns. So you might be lucky to get a party wipe just like that, because there's not that much HP in 4th level, unless you're like a barbarian or a fighter that has very high constitution. But Wormling could be basically a party wipe. You can actually tame a red dragon, but when it gets older, it's gonna be a lot harder to tame it, because it will get smarter and it wants to be freed and so forth as well. But you can actually tame it. You can domesticate it to a certain point. That depends on the DM. We actually had a red dragon. I never played him in a fight, but we had an actual red dragon in my old campaign in I think it was high school too. James found a red dragon egg and used a time scroll to hatch it, tamed it, named it Caesar. So all it did was fly them around the Greyhawk, because 3.5 was basically Greyhawk mixed with a Forgotten Realm, but I stuck with Greyhawk. Flew around Caesar. Caesar helped here and there. Every day they had to feed Caesar like one or two, like two to four type of like farm animals, and so that's how it all depends on the DM how you use it. But if you guys ever use a red dragon or fight a red dragon, so let me know down the comments below. Anyhow, hope you guys like this kind of thing, because dragons are very self-explanatory. I don't really have to talk much about the lore. I'll hit the mute button. Well, let me know what you guys think of the red dragon. Have you used it or not, or fight against one? Subscribe, like, and share. Tomorrow will be another D&D video. I'm actually going to be trying to start something different, because I don't want to jump in. The reason why I jumped in dragon today is Ashley's going to live stream her red dragon painting over here tomorrow. So keep a lookout for that as well. Well, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys. Bye.